My name is Nanayao Ampedubuache. I am a 12th grader at American International School in Accra, and I was awarded with the AP Scholar Award last year. So this award kind of served as a validation of my efforts up until this point. It meant that all the time that I put into studying and learning and pushing myself in all these classes was worth it. And I don't see this as the end goal of my AP journey. I see this as kind of like a checkpoint in a video game. It's more of a moment of celebration of how far you've come, but also an acknowledgement that you can push yourself further, that you're capable of going further than you reach right now and really becoming the best version of that you can be academically. Since I was really young, my parents have always stressed about education, and they've always been really supportive of me throughout my education journey. All I remember as a kid, they would always push me to learn harder, and they would always praise me whenever I got good scores. And that kind of drive, that kind of idea that you can become way better than you are, led me to choosing to go through the AP. Starting out, I wasn't really sure about it, but I knew that it would be a challenge and that I was ready to accept that challenge, and that's kind of helped me moving forward. I've picked really difficult courses. I went through AP Chemistry, I'm doing AP Physics and AP Calculus this year, all really difficult courses, and most of the reason behind that is because I felt like I could do this. Like, this is something I really wanted to push myself towards, to prove to myself that I am ready for work at a higher level and that I can become greater than I have been in previous years. And in addition to that, some of the science courses stem from my love of science. I remember as a kid, I would always be there Saturday morning on the Nat Geo Wild channel, just enjoying whatever was on there. And that kind of led up until this point that I'm really interested in stuff like environmental science, and this led me to picking stuff like AP Chemistry and AP Physics because I just really had a love of science that I wanted to pursue. I remember one moment in particular, and that was receiving back that first AP exam score. And I'm not gonna lie, in the build up to that, I was really nervous. I wasn't sure if all the hard work I'd put into the class all year had paid off. All this time I had people really supporting me, and I felt like, if I get a bad score, I don't know how I could take it. But I remember going home, my mom had told me that the scores had come in. We sat down on the couch, and looking at it, I saw that I had received a 3, and that was on the AP Environmental Science exam. And I just felt really happy. It felt like you pushed yourself to do this thing. You took the risk of, possibly failing. You put all this effort in, but you got to this point, that you got to the point where you actually scored a pretty good score on it. I got a 3, and that moment just really stuck with me. It was kind of the moment that showed me that you can do this. You are ready for this level of work, and that was just a really proud moment for me. Well, with AP, obviously there's going to be a lot of hard work involved. You're going to need to sacrifice a lot of your time, and you're going to have to put in a lot of effort to really achieve the scores that you want to achieve. And honestly, I struggled with it. I've always I've loved the internet, and getting on there sometimes it really saps a lot of energy and takes up a lot of your time. And so I did find it tough to balance that. And also with sports, I did sports after school, and that would leave me really limited time to study. And to that, I had to really get in the mindset of, this is something that's really important. Like, sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, like, how bad do you really want to do well on this? How bad do you really want to push yourself to do well on this? And that was part of the reason that got me to sometimes sit down and really have to study. I had to put in a lot of time. I had to sacrifice a lot of the things I really wanted to do. Like, I really wanted to play video games with my friends late at night, but I knew I couldn't do that. I felt like that time could be better spent learning. And sacrifices like that, they really help you in the end, because when you get that score back, it shows that all that time that you put in, all those sacrifices that you made, were ultimately worth it.